Hello, this is a difficult video. I've already made a couple of false starts and I'm going to start again. It's about the Archbishop of Canterbury's sermon, Easter sermon, about the government's Rwanda Plan. Now, to start with, apparently the UN says this is against international law. I don't know whether it is or it isn't, so I can't say that. I think the Russian incursion into Ukraine is against international law as well. There are plenty of things that are against international law. Is there an international law against countries driving out young men to fight their way to Northern Europe in order to get sustenance and handouts and free healthcare and all the rest of it? I don't know if there is, but maybe there should be a law about that. Anyway, the Archbishop of Canterbury is set to slam the government. This was written before Easter, remember. The government's Rwanda plan for asylum seekers. And the plan is that illegal migrants are going to be put on a plane and taken to Rwanda. What happens to them there? Well, I'd be interested to know about that. What are they going to be put in? Camps, Rwandan houses? I think we've got to watch that very carefully, because I wouldn't like these people to end up being starved by lack of care or medical attention there. But the fact is, there is a case to be made for this. Why are these people putting themselves in the hands of people traffickers and taking thousands of mile-long journeys in difficult situations and dangerous vehicles and conveyances of various sorts simply to get to Britain or France or Italy or Germany? Because they know that once there, they will have access to medical care and possibly social security handouts of various sorts. And these are illegal migrants. And now let's just look at it another way. As soon as the Ukraine war started, people were putting their names down to look after refugees here in this country, myself included. Why are we prepared to do that when we know there are refugees from Gabon and not Nigeria maybe, let's think of some other Central African Republic, and they're coming to this country, and why aren't we thinking, well, we've got to look after them? Because we know there's a difference between those guys and the people from Ukraine. We know that most of the people coming from the African continent are not refugees. They are economic migrants who are fighting tooth and nail to get into this country because it's a better life for them here than the... There's a word that Trump used about many places in Africa that they don't want to be in. We know that. But there are African countries that are run reasonably. And they could go there, but they'd have to work much harder to establish themselves. They wouldn't have access to all the handouts and the social security that they have here, so they prefer to come to Europe. Whereas the Ukrainian refugees are people who are going to be here temporarily for the most part, and then when hostilities stop, they'll go back to Ukraine. We know there's that difference. Nobody in the political world is actually saying that, though. What they're saying is, oh, well, these poor people, they're in the hands of people traffickers. We have to stop them from being tempted to do that. They're making these long, dangerous journeys. Many of them die on the way, and that's true. And we have to stop that. We're being very humane and kind, and we're only trying to help. No. Let's be honest. These are economic migrants, and we don't want them here, because we're having enough trouble with our own economy. And if they go to Rwanda, yes, we should take care of them in some way. We should at least make sure that they are not being oppressed. But they cannot be allowed to come here and take from the people who need help, who are already here. We're all paying a lot of taxes anyway. Right, well, that's it. All I'm asking here is for a little bit of honesty. And Justin Welby, who tells us we can't subcontract our responsibilities with regard to these economic migrants, and then goes on to tell Russia that Russia should reach a peace agreement with Ukraine. You know, I mean, this man really does have his hand on reality, doesn't he? All right, well, honesty. And the best thing Welby can do is be honest with his parishioners. Okay, I'm Graniopteryx. I am on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I let you know when I've uploaded a video by posting it on Twitter, Gab and Parler, where I am at Graniopteryx. Please like this video and share it. And support my channel if you can. And there's something else I've forgotten. Like, share, support. Make comments. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.